Toon Review. This is the Toon Review. This is the Toon Review. Good evenings, Newcastle United fans are across the world. How are you doing? Yes, Danielle, yes. You beautiful bald bastard. We are celebrating finally doing a review of a win, of a bloody win. It was touch and go, squeaky bum time. But to be honest, I thought the last 20 minutes, Leeds ran out of ideas. They were just floating the ball in. Thought we defended superbly well today. Yes, some players we know aren't good enough, guys, but listen, the effort was there, 100% from everybody. And it was a joy. Danielle, how are you feeling this evening?
What a relief. I'm over the moon to be so wrong. I'm over the moon.
Yeah.
I really thought we had nothing. Like, I really thought we were going to get beat today, and I'm absolutely buzzing. The fight is on. I'm not going to be negative about anyone today. I'm not going to say anything about anyone. This is all about 3 points tonight, and my God, have we waited for these 3 points. Absolutely buzzing.
Alex, how are you feeling over there in Poland?
Oh, tired. That was exhausting, but amazing.
Yeah, it was.
So good.
Well, what happened to Lascelles, Longstaff, and where has this Willock been hiding? Much better, lads. You definitely edged it and deserved the win. I've heard a lot of people saying Willock was man of the match. I'm not so sure about that. But I don't think he was. Listen, man of the match for me was Fabian Schär. There was no doubt about it. He defended brilliantly today. He cleared everything he needed to clear. His passing was so much better. I mean, Alex, what did you think? I mean, who was your man of the match?
He got 9 clearances.
Yeah,
9. It's incredible.
I knew the Statman would have that. I knew he would have something like that.
Man of the match is a tough one. I'm just going to give it to Shelvey for the all-round performance. I've got to.
Right.
It was just so solid. He was doing what he's been doing recently, but he stepped up even more. Slightly more stamina, slightly more responsibility with defending and the goal. And when Longstaff was on and didn't know what to do with the ball, Shelvey was instructing him, shouting. He had everything. He had everything in his game today. Absolutely incredible. He deserves it.
Dan said, I watched the game in America and then listened to about the last 30 minutes over again with your commentary. So nice to see that passion. Thank you very much. Gary says, what a great result today. The whole team. Willock looked better. Schär was excellent for me. We look better organised. Clean sheet, 3 points, better than anyone expected. First half was a little touch and go, I have to say, Danielle. You know, we got away with a few had they had a striker on the pitch. But I said during my watch along, I said, you know, at the end, when you're in that position, you need a bit of luck. Sometimes we got that luck. They got lucky with a few of them as well. You know, that Shelvey volley in the first half was bloody brilliant.
It was brilliant.
Fantastic save by the goalkeeper. So had that gone in, listen, it could have been 3-3 at half time. It was an end-to-end game. I thought the second half, Danielle, we came out really slowly. We didn't get going until about, 20 minutes in at least. We were so slow.
Yeah, we were. But I think after that point, we were so much better. So much better.
Yeah.
I think everyone had an okay game. I think the probably only person who was a little bit slow for me was Chris Wood. But saying that, I think some people had some cracking games. I would give man of the match to Ryan Fraser, actually.
All right.
Just being an absolute warrior at the end of that game. He's hopping along on one leg, kicking the ball out. That's what it's all about. When we're desperate for these 3 points, you've just got to give everything. And I think they all left it, everything they had on the pitch at the end of that game. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's complete contrast to last weekend. So I'm absolutely buzzing with him.
Yep. John Joe, thank you very much for your £4.49. We played well, fought for each other, and even ASM started to pass as well. I was furious with ASM halfway through the second half because he could have played Fraser in like he did at the end of the game, but he could have played him in with I think it was about 20 to 15 minutes to go. And he didn't. He tried shooting, which I went ballistic with. But listen, at the end of the day, we ran our asses off. I'm still not convinced about Chris Wood. I have to say that, Alex. Some of the balls that were played up to him today, he again didn't seem to manage to hold on to them. He won a few flick-ons, yes, but he doesn't. I'm not convinced that he's going to score goals for us.
Yeah, exactly what you've just said is in my notes. He positive with flick-ons, poor with retention. That was what it was. Where is he in my notes? Chris Wood. So 15 out of 24 aerial duels, better. He won 0 of his 6 ground duels.
Yeah,
he can't hold the ball. He needs some tap dancing lessons from Joe Linton because he can't keep the ball at his feet. He just can't do it. 3 block shots. Granted, one of them was one that went quite close near the end. I did feel a little bit sorry for him because you saw him look left and he looked right and he went, "Oh, all right then. I guess I'll just try this from 25." But yeah, there were a lot of crosses in the game and he just wasn't in the right positions. It seems to always be our centre backs connecting with the crosses or the set pieces. He's not on the end of any of them. I understand that they're going to mark him, but you got to win some of them. He's had another full 90 minutes and he's not been winning enough in threatening areas. And like you said, flick-ons, but it's not sticking to him. We need him. We need if anything, ASM won. Do you remember near the end? ASM won the knockdown.
Yes, he did. I remember that.
It's supposed to be the other way around.
Yeah.
It was a funny game for Wood. It really was. It was. We won, but he didn't draw any fouls. So he didn't win any free kicks for us, which we could have done with towards the end to kill the game off.
Yeah, just to slow it down a little bit. I mean, listen, I agree. I mean, look, he battled. He put an effort in. You can't. No, I'm not taking that away from any of the players today because they all worked their asses off. But we know, Willock for me, I don't know what the big thing was with people saying he was man of the match because I didn't see that. I thought he was terrible first half. Second half a little bit better. He certainly ran at them a bit better in the second half. Brought the ball out. So yeah, the better second half without a doubt. Sean Longstaff, when he came on, I was like, ooh. But to his credit, he did all right today. He certainly wasn't as bad as he has been.
No.
But John Joe was very vocal today. I don't know what it was. Watching him again. He was sort of directing Longstaff. He was directing Willock. He was shouting at the players. They were high-fiving each other. They were in each other's faces saying, "Well done," praising each other. And it was just an all-round battle out there at Danielle. But that's what we're going to have to expect for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it was a real team effort and it was lovely to see because I think if you remember when we played Cambridge, we were all saying and after, the review show afterwards that they were so together and we just weren't. And this, you're exactly right. This is what it's going to take for us for the rest of the season. It's going to be a battle every single game. But to be honest, I wasn't expecting to get anything, so I'm over the moon. And I think we need this couple of weeks break to kind of assess the injuries that have happened today, build the team bonding a bit more, get a couple more in, and go again against Everton because. We're right behind them, mind.
Everton are shite.
4 points.
Everton are terrible at the minute. John Joe, thanks for another £4.49 super chat. Chris Wood had a poor game, but soon as we get a striker, I can see him benched. Buying him is about making Burnley look weaker. I'm convinced that's why they've done it now, to be honest. listen, there is rumours of Zapata coming in. They are strong rumours as well. If we got Zapata, his speed, his movement, his goal scoring prowess, I think if we got him, it would be an absolutely sensational signing. And a lot of people have said that the Saudis are planning on bringing a major signing to Riyadh to be announced over there when the team is over there in the next several days. So it'll be interesting to see who that is. But I think, given that there's now a 2-week gap to the Everton game, it gives us an opportunity, like you said, Danielle, assess the injuries, but also to bring some players in, 2 or 3, possibly 4 new players. Because I'm still certain that we need to shore up the midfield because we're too easy to gum through the midfield. Definitely a centre-back. But I think if Shah can play like that week in, week out, I think Lascelles is the position that's in trouble. Because,
I agree.
I mean, Lascelles played okay today before he went off injured. He didn't do anything wrong either. But to me, Alex, they've worked hard on the training pitch. You can see that they've worked on things between last week and this week. We've seen a difference, certainly defensively.
Yeah, you could see from minute 1 that there was so much had gone on in training. They tried a fancy new set-piece corner quite early on in the game.
Yeah.
Lascelles, he messed up, but it was interesting. He had this weird step-up tactic into midfield in the first 15 minutes. He stepped up to press, which scared me a little bit, but it was okay. There was a lot of changes. Dubravka was distributing a little bit better. I know he kicked it out when we needed the Manquillo sub, but apart from that, it was better. A lot of little things. ASM as well. The bit that you weren't happy with was 10 minutes of selfishness. In my opinion, I felt he was justified that because he'd done 55 minutes of actually passing it and nobody was doing anything. So I thought he gave himself a 10 minutes of selfishness. It didn't work. And then he changed it again. So he had 4 key passes that game. He was trying to... He put Willock through on goal. Was it 3 times first half or in the first hour?
Something
and
like
Willock
that.
did nothing with it.
Yeah.
So a lot of changes.
He was better today, Alex. ASM was definitely better. There's no doubt about it. Still frustrating at times, but he is going to be that. That's the type of player he is.
Yeah.
But he will frustrate the bollocks off us every game. But then he'll do.
It does look like
really
he's
good.
listening, though. That's important.
Well,
it looks like
hopefully
he's listening to the staff.
Yeah, we can hope that the likes of Tyndall and Eddie Howe are working with him. To make him a better player because he can only go one way for me, and that's better. He's got the talent there. As long as he puts his head in the game and he wants to learn more, then he'll do it. Chippers, thanks for the £6.10 super chat. That win was for Dave. Indeed, it was. He'll be very proud of the team today, without a shadow of a doubt. Gary says we need to make the most of this break, work on the training ground, a few signings in to improve us, and I think we can get the results we need. The team were definitely working for each other today. And we've said that for a while, Danielle. We just want to see them battle for each other and battle for the badge. And they clearly did that today. I mean, look how knackered they were at the end. Ryan Fraser, bless him, he ran his heart out the whole game, up and down. And you know what? I slagged him off big style last season when he was always coming back injured. And I didn't have very good, kind words to say about Ryan Fraser. But he's swinging me round. He's changing my mind because I don't know whether it's Eddie Howe. Maybe it is. And he just didn't see eye to eye with Steve Bruce, which is a big possibility. Because Steve Bruce, let's face it, was a cabbage. And he seems to have a change in mentality, but he worked his ass off today. He was cramped up at the end, but he still stayed on the pitch. He's still clearing the ball. It was unbelievable. Chloe, thanks for the £4.49 super chat. Chloe Lowry, thank you very much. So yeah, big hats off to him, Danielle.
Oh, absolutely. I was really impressed with him. And I thought that the change from last week to this week, where last week we had nothing, we had no ideas, we had nothing. This week we had ideas. The team were communicating with each other. Everyone seemed to be on the same page, which was really impressive. But towards the end, when he pulled up, I just thought, oh God, here we go, another injury. But he just battled on, and I just thought, you are a warrior. Good for you. Like fight for the team, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. I'm hoping to see bigger things from him towards the end of the season. I'd like hopefully this isn't too serious, and he'll be back in
I think it was
for
just
Everton.
cramped with Ryan Fraser.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
think
he'll be back straight
he
in
just
for
cramped
Everton.
up. His muscles were tight, but there's no like a break in in Saudi just to chill out for a bit. And I'm sure,
absolutely. And it's so lovely to go into this break now on a win, because that's what we
definitely.
needed.
Massive,
It
the
changes the
momentum
whole mentality of things.
And then we've got Everton at home, who are, we're 4 points behind.
Well, I just want to destroy the Scouse Mackems when they come to St James. I want to absolutely, stick dynamite up their asses and just blow them away, quite honestly, because I can't stand them. David Smith, thank you for the £5 super chat, matey. Time Lord Boris, happy 50th birthday as well. Nice present from Newcastle United to give you a win. Danielle says, up the mighty Mags. How long is this intro like? Shut up, Daryl. Just enjoy it, will you? It's good music. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes when I'm counting down. I'm just checking sound and everything. I wish people would understand that. Daryl, it's just listen, 99% of people have said that the intro is fantastic and they love it, so it's staying. It's not going anywhere.
I love it.
Just mute it and have an apple or something. John King says, just need some players now to help stabilize us.
Yeah.
I read people, great result today. Thomas in the house again. Whit Dracu, whoever that is, that Dracula? Hey, we won the game, 1-0. Toon says Dracula. I'll call you Dracula just for the hell of it. Yeah, shame about J7. I mean, Alex, his groin was heavily strapped up. I noticed, and then he seemed to tweak it again. So that could be a couple of weeks.
I mean, if it was going to happen, it happened at the perfect time. Hopefully, depending on how severe it is. I mean, he's played on for a little bit, so hopefully he can be all right for the Everton game. We'll see. Yeah. But he was still an absolute monster. That man, honestly, statistically, he got similar to the other midfielders, and he only played where is he on my list? He played 42 minutes, and he got the same amount of defensive contributions for tackles and interceptions as all of our other midfielders. He outperformed Willock he doubled Willock's stats, and he was only on the pitch 42 minutes. He's a monster. We need him back because he's
absolutely
amazing.
Of course we do.
By the way, a special shout out to Javi Manquillo, by the way, because he was absolutely awesome when he came on for Paul Dummett. He was brilliant. I mean,
he was.
I think it was about half an hour he got it, or something like that. He was on the pitch for. But Jesus Christ. I mean, he defended fantastic. He was running up and down the line. He was attacking. He was defending. Absolutely brilliant. I think
you love to see it, don't you? You just love to see it.
If Dummett's injured again long term, then you have to say, wow, the Manquillo is there, left back.
Absolutely.
Carl Knight, thank you for the £4.49 super chat. Vital win today. I can see us pulling clear of the relegation zone in the next few weeks. The good times are coming. And Sam Martin, thanks for the $8.99 New Zealand dollars. Carlos and a midfielder in before the Everton. Come on. I mean, it's so nice, Alex, to go into this break with such positivity on the back of a win. We're just not used to it.
No.
It is. It's great. I mean, it is likely we are going to get a few more signings in as well. So if one of these is somebody of the caliber of Zapata that's been linked, I mean, ASM's Zapata. Sorry, I'll
were you pronouncing him the posh way?
Zapata.
Zapata.
I love it.
Yes.
If when Maxi's making these runs, there is going to be somebody to through ball or to pass to. If 4 of those key passes today from Maxi, if they were passes to somebody of Zapata's quality, then wow, yeah. But amazing from everybody today. Even the players who aren't of the right level and don't have the talent necessary, they still, as we've said, they grafted above and beyond to make up for that and try and get the 3 points. And everybody that we've slagged off, and rightly so, some players have had shocking performances. They tried. And so, yeah, people like Lascelles, even Clark came on despite his awful performances and tried to stay solid and focused. So that's all we want. We want people to just try and stay focused. And they did a good job.
I'm chuffed for Kieran Clark, right? I was dreading it when he came on, but he made some vital clearances as well as Shah. He played his part. And I thought that was great because, during the match, we lost a left back and a centre back to injury. And the guys that have come in and stepped up to the mark rather than coming in and just been awkward or been making mistakes. They stepped up to the plate and they did really well. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
I mean, you know, it's and I know some people will say, oh, it's only one win, it's only a game of football. But you know what? That is what I call a team who are bonding together. And a team who are all in it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
You know,
means it.
you look at Jason Tyndall and Eddie Howe. Look at them right at the front there. They're all together. It's just a fantastic photo. And, you know, if that doesn't give you sort of, as Newcastle fans, make you smile and know that the players are in this with the fans, you know, and that's a real shout out to those fans just to, you know, for the Everton game, 100% behind them. The Villa game, 100% behind them. You know, it's, and hopefully we're going to see 3 or 4 through the door, Danielle.
Well, of course, and that in this result today could improve the chances of getting certain players here. And not just the result, but the kind of performance from the team and how together we were. I noticed, you probably already know this, but I noticed Jesse Lingard was quick to like Kieran Trippier's Instagram post earlier.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
And I thought things you love to see. Like,
they are really good mates, those two. And you know what it is? I just think, I think Kieran Trippier would probably play a very big part in Jesse Lingard coming to Newcastle. And I wouldn't be against him coming to Newcastle. I think he'd be a fantastic addition to the side. Because look, Jesse Lingard seems to me this kind of character that everybody likes. You know, when he came back, I think the Sky Sports News showed a clip of him last night walking into Old Trafford when they were playing West Ham. And Miguel Antonio and Declan Rice, they were all there giving him a hug and stuff like that. You know, there is, he sort of generates that good feeling in the dressing room from what I've seen. And that can only go well if he's mates with Trippier. It can only benefit the club, Alex.
Yeah, definitely. He seems like quite a nice, lovable guy. He went a bit crazy with his before his form dropped for Man United. He went in really hard with his business ventures and social media, and then that didn't coincide well with his form dropping. But he seems to be very well liked in the England setup. Southgate likes him. He's very well liked was very well liked at West Ham and Man United. He's just it's positive influence on the dressing room for sure. We've been linked with a few hotheads, so that would be, and he knows Trippier, like you said. I think it would be good. And if Lingard, I know Willock improved in the final half an hour of that match, but imagine Lingard in the same situations that Willock had the ball in today. Lingard does so much more with it. It would be a welcome change, definitely, if he could get on that pitch for us.
Yeah. Well, we're now unbeaten in our last 3 Premier League games.
Wow.
Unheard of, guys. Unheard of. Over 800 watching so far, guys. So if you are enjoying the show, please do hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please do consider subscribing. And you can, of course, become a member of the Toon Review by hitting the join button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, which a few people have done already tonight, please do hit the $sign at the bottom of the live comments. And that will take you through to a payment method to donate. And a big, big shout out to the Toon Review sponsors, Geordie Riffs, Professional Guitar Repairs and Servicing, Graham and Natalie, fantastic little Northeast business. You will get 10% off your first guitar repair or setup or your first guitar lesson completely free if you quote the Toon Review. They do have a website which is linked below in the description. They are also on Facebook and Twitter, so go and check out Geordie Riffs if you are into your guitars. And a big thank you again for sponsoring the Toon Review. Another £5 super chat from Barry Lang. Thank you very much. I was going to post a payment on the game, but you were so far behind my stream. I had to turn you down, Paul. Great to have a happy family tonight. Indeed. And that's the thing with streaming. Some people are either 5 minutes ahead or 5 minutes behind. But listen, we all saw the win, and that's the main thing.
We did.
Luke said, how dare you better against us, Paul? Not sure what that means, but I'll take your word for it.
I think it's your prediction.
Oh, yes. Well, listen. I said when I made that prediction that I hope I'm wrong. And I deliberately said that prediction because I knew we'd win.
Right? I said it because I felt it.
Yeah, but I felt a win. I just thought I'll go against us and then we'll win. And I'll take it all on the chin saying, you said this, you said that.
I'll take it every day of the week.
Yeah, as long as they prove me wrong time after time, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Jim says, I hope you're happy after the win, Danielle.
Buzzing.
Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing.
Buzzing.
Daz says, what a performance from everybody today. They're keeping more made more saves than ours. What I did like, Danielle, was Dubravka commanding his box today, especially in the second half when Leeds were chucking those crosses in. Dubravka was like a salmon rising from a waterfall, avoiding the bear's mouth and catching the ball.
Absolutely.
I've lost the plot.
And you have, but we love it.
Yeah.
He was fantastic again today, and I'm a massive Dubravka fan. I've never understood people saying, "Oh, we need to replace him." I think he's great. I just think the problem is that we've had previously is that the defence in front of him is rubbish, so that they haven't got his back. But today was a different story, and it was great to see. So I'm Team Dubravka, and I think, he's been loyal to us. He loves the club. He loves the fans. He's welling all the time, getting involved, shouting and screaming. It's what we love. What a great game today.
Definitely. Luke McGinley, thanks for the £5 super chat. He says, buzzing, what a massive result for us. And Keith, $8.99 super chat, come on the Toon. It's good vibes all around, really. Warren says, evening all, massive 3 points for the Toon. It feels great to finally enjoy a win again. Buzzing, celebrating with a few beers tonight. How are the lads?
Lovely.
Alex, it was a clean sheet away from home. When was the last time we did that?
Oh, I haven't got that written down. A long time ago. The Burnley was a win. But I was going to mention, not only is it a win, it's also a clean sheet, which is weird. Eddie Howe mentioned that he could sense that we weren't going to concede after the game. That's what he said. But it's more important than just a win. The clean sheet means so much as well to the defensive frailties we've had and the problems. So it's not just a 2-1 win or a 3-2 win. Getting the clean sheet on top of that is so incredibly important for the defensive confidence, for the keeper. So we can try and see some games out if we need to against some stronger teams. It was essential. And they did a cracking job. As you said, Dubravka, 4 saves. He was so vocal. I mean, he was the same against Watford. It was just unfortunate to concede. But he's been, some people have been talking about
the last couple of games. He's took a... Listen, I criticised him as well for the mistake he made against Cambridge. Try and forget them. He did make a mistake, but look, he's bounced back, and credit to him as well. Brian says, Paul, during the watch along, you said that beautiful bald bastard. Were you talking about me or Shelby? Every bald person in the world I was talking about. In the entire world, the planet, the atmosphere, the universe. Flash Gordon, everybody. Craig says, he who shall not be named. Alex says, Alex, can we have stats for Wood? Was the only question mark for me. I think you've read a few out already, haven't you?
So, where's Wood? 3 block shots, 2 key passes. He won 15 out of 24 aerial duels. He won 0 out of 6 ground duels. And he committed 3 fouls, but didn't get fouled. Didn't complete any dribbles either. So, rather underwhelming. It was quite poor.
He didn't... I just think he looks like a... He looks a bit lumpy, Danielle, just like he doesn't have much mobility.
No, he was really slow. His turning was really slow, I saw. I don't know, I really wanted him to be good today, and I really wanted him to prove we're wrong. And I think there was a shot, I can't remember first or second half, and he could have just tapped it in, and he was just not switched on enough to get there.
That really frustrated me. That did. It was in the second half.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, there was once as well in the first half. I was annoyed at Willock because, I mean, he wasn't expecting Fraser to get the cross in.
And he was too slow running off.
The defender. Yeah, and the ball was there. Had Fraser gambled and Willock gambled, it was a simple nod in. So it was a little bit disappointing, but hey,
Hey,
I remember you saying that in the watch along.
Yeah. I did go quite annoyed at that stage. Shelby, my man of the match, says Judy Toon for life. Judy? Geordie Toon for life. I thought, what the hell's happened? I've got my contact lenses and I can't read properly. Willock was shocking first half and a bit better in the second. If we can beat Everton, we'll only be 1 point behind them. I can see them and Brentford being dragged into the mix. I mean, I'll laugh my arse if Everton go down, Alex. I will laugh my arse off.
I mean, they're in danger now. If whoever comes in to replace Rafa doesn't hit the ground running, they could be in trouble. They could spiral. They don't look like they can't buy a win at the moment. So if we can beat them and build momentum as well, they really are dragged into the mix. Especially if Norwich keep claiming points. It's very possible they get dragged down into that. They need to start winning games, or they could be in big trouble. They could be the story of the season and not us. It might be us stay up and they slip through the trap door. It is very possible. I mean 2008 happened to us. It can happen to them. You're not big enough to avoid the drop.
It is going to be a battle all the way at the wire here, but I genuinely believe if we get 3 or 4 players in now before the Everton game, we will pull away. I literally, if we have a proper,
wait to go.
Yeah, we have a proper striker and just, create things. I think we've got an awesome chance of pulling away from the relegation zone and being able to laugh at all these pundits who relegated us back in November and December, just to throw it back in the faces and just finish the season without worrying and finish the season looking forward to what could be in the summer. I think that's certainly what's going to keep everybody going, Danielle.
Yeah, I think the pundits on Soccer Saturday today were just waiting for us to lose. They were buzzing until we scored. Very annoying.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a case of, pundits are going to wish Newcastle down because we've seen it already. The wish Newcastle down because of the takeover, because of everything else. They don't like Newcastle fans or anything like that. So for me, it's just going to be an absolute laugh and a joy if we can turn this around and stay up, as well as for Eddie Howe as well. Graham Murray, thanks for becoming a member of the Toon Review, matey. Welcome to the family. Jason says, thanks, Paul, for the live stream. Come on the Toon. Time Lord says, who needs transfers? Yeah, sod the transfers. We're going to stay up with what we've got. No. I think we'll beat Everton regardless who Everton appoint. I really genuinely think they're going to keep Ferguson, Alex, for the rest of the season.
I mean, possibly. They've tried bringing somebody in over the top of him before. I don't know. Would he take it? Possibly. He enjoys it. I don't know if he's good enough. Obviously he takes no prisoners. He's trying to reinstill some energy in the team, but it's a tough one. They might try it because they didn't give him the chance last time. Maybe they'll give him the chance this time till the end of the season. So it's possible.
John says, sick of all the moaners saying that we were lucky. I couldn't give a shit. We won, simple as that. I've never seen anyone say that. And if they are, then they're absolute idiots. Look, you're going to need some luck. Leeds were lucky as well today, by the way. Let's not forget that. They had their pieces of luck. It just swings both ways in a game. We haven't had a lot of luck this season, to be fair, with a lot of things, including VAR.
Today.
Yeah,
without a doubt. I was going to bring that up because when he first went down, I thought, oh, that's just a slip. Now, on the replay, he gets tripped. He gets his foot stood on.
Definite contact.
And then he slips. So why hasn't VAR picked that up, Danielle?
Well, it was number one. It was Kevin, no friend, wasn't it? And VAR, nobody's friend. Did they take it from the referee's call and say, actually, don't put it to VAR? I don't know, but it should have absolutely been to VAR, and it should have been absolutely a penalty. And then I was a little bit worried about Maxi after that because I thought if he doesn't shut up, he's going to get another yellow and go. Because he was going mad, wasn't he?
Well, I think he needed to calm down there. The way he was thrashing his arms around Alex. He did get booked for dissent eventually. But if he kept on going like that's the side of Maxi I think we need to just see disappear because, the way he was gesticulating with his arms to the referee, that he could have easily been booked twice within the space of 2 minutes for that.
I mean, he was right, but that doesn't mean he can do that to the ref because it's gonna. We don't want him getting yellow cards because if he accumulates more, he might miss a game at the end of the season when he's on fire. So we don't want him getting unnecessary yellow cards. And like you said, if he'd have kept going, he might have got sent off. So he had about 10 minutes of selfishness in the match, and then he did that. So those are two things we need to stop doing. I mean, Joe Linton used to do that all the time. He used to sit on the floor.
He did, yeah.
For 10 seconds while there was a counter attack, and it was annoying. So Maxi needs to stop that because I think he was told. I think some of the players told him. I said, look, we need you to come back. We need shape. Like, we're getting countered. You need to stop stropping. But I mean, to his credit, shirt pull. Somebody said in the comments on the watch along, a shirt pull, but it wasn't quite enough for a foul. I'm sorry, shirt pull's a shirt pull. It's a full contact sport. You use your strength.
Yeah.
You don't pull shirts. Shirt pulls in the rules. You don't pull shirts. He lost his momentum. He's a quick player. You just don't pull people's shirts. You use your strength. That's fair enough. And the penalty, like you said, should have been a penalty. He stood on him, took his feet completely the wrong way. Maxi was very unlucky. He deserved a penalty and 3 or 4 more foul decisions. I can see why he got really angry, but he needs to not do that again because
definitely. Oliver Boothroyd, you keep making derogatory comments about Barry. Please pack it in. And I'm not, despite what you say about his hair color and everything like that, that's about 4 comments I've seen now making derogatory comments. So, Mods, can you please watch comments from Oliver Boothroyd? Yeah, calling him a...
Okay.
Well, even though he's blonde, I don't know why he's calling him that. But if you do continue that, you'll be chucked off, mate. Simple as that. Gerard says, massive win, something to build on. 2 home games after the break, a couple of new faces, hopefully. Let's all believe we can do it. No, we will do it. Good vibes. That's the spirit. Willock was crap. What is going on with people saying he's man of the match? Don't let one win make you blind. Get a grip. Tonight's win is on the tip of defeat.
On, man.
Need to do better still. Wow, Jesus.
Come on.
Listen, I understand in a way about what you're saying about Willock. I don't think he was man of the match, but I think he was better second half. But really? Saying, on a win on the tip of defeat, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Look, we've got to start somewhere, haven't we? We've got to start somewhere, and today is the start of the fight. And it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be that we're smashing teams 3-0, 4-0. We just need the points because that's all that matters. That's it.
Like I said before as well, Danielle, it's going to be like this for the rest of the season. We're going to have to fight and scrap for results. It's not all about performances. It's about what we saw from the players today. 100% effort and actual passion for the badge and for the fans, for the club. That's what they did today. And that's what it's going to be like for the rest of the season. And you just have to put up with it. But unfortunately, comments like that, I mean, Jesus Christ, you're trying to bring a fan base down who are celebrating. Need to do better still. We've won at Elland Road, where we got humped 5-2 not very long ago. It's a big win, this. And let's face it, it could have been massive. It could have been 6-6 today, but that's just the way the game goes. We are the ones that have come out with the victory. Ian says he's still waiting for Leeds to equalise. Nigel says should have had a stonewall penalty. Indeed, we should have.
Absolutely, Nigel.
Massive win today, and Paul, your commentary was brilliant. Thanks, Keith. Michael says great win, guys. We really needed that. Now a couple more signs before Everton hopefully will be okay. Wood will be so much better when he has someone like Wilson playing off him. Then Shelby just behind cleaning up. I mean, is that what he's missing, Alex? Is he missing a wingman?
Well, he had one at Burnley, didn't he? He never played without Ashley Barnes, so it's we're not going to play that system though. We've got too many wingers. He likes a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. We don't have the personnel to do what Burnley did for him. We can't play that way. And I really don't want us to change the formation just to suit Chris Wood because no, we need to do what's best for everybody on the pitch and for the game. I'm not really sure how to get the best out of him. We tried a lot of players got a lot of accurate crosses in today. He got more service, showed by his extra aerial duels. There were free kicks. We had 7 corners. At some point, it's on him. He got a lot more service. He's got to win some more headers and be more threatening, and he's got to win some more of his ground duels. He won 0. A lot of it's on him. He needs to improve that for sure.
Yeah. And what I did like today, Danielle, was the fact that we scored and we didn't sit back. We didn't just say Leeds have the ball. We were under pressure some of the time, but we also came back and hit them on the break as well, rather than just, there was a few clearances that went back to Leeds players and they started again. But what I liked was some of the time we were trying to play out, Mankio especially, bombing down that left-hand side.
Absolutely. I thought we were going for a second. And I was happy to sit. I was thinking, when the goal went in, oh God, I hope we don't sit back. I hope it's not going to be like last week. And I know it was really tense in the last 10 minutes, but I really felt like we didn't do that, and we were pushing and pushing and pushing, and Leeds just had nothing to offer, which was great. Same again against Everton. I can't wait going back to St James's Park for the next 2 home games. So I'm absolutely buzzing. 6 points I want from both.
Well, fair enough. Obviously, Simon's saying we're being a bit harsh on Chris Wood. Look, I'm just saying how I see it. I mean,
Just an opinion.
Exactly. I mean, if people see something in him, then that's fair enough as well. I'm only saying what I see on the pitch, guys, and I don't see a guy that's going to transform us. If Zapata comes in, then he takes Chris Wood's place. There is no doubt about it. You're not going to have a player like Zapata sitting on the bench, Alex.
No way. He will be first name on the team sheet. He is a cut above everybody we have now. Absolutely. Far better than Maxi. He's scored goals at the highest level, Champions League, Serie A. He's been doing it for several years. He is an absolute cut above. There is no way Wood gets anywhere near that starting 11 if Zapata comes in, especially with the style of play we've got with Fraser and Maxi and trying to do fluid counters. Yeah, it's going to be him every day. So I don't know where Wood's going to fit in. If we do sign another striker, I don't know where Wood's going to play. He's just going to be a target man squad player, which is fine to have. We need one of them because we lost our old one. We lost Carroll, so it's fine to have in the box on the squad. It means we on the bench even. It means we can bring him on late. It gives us another option, so fine. But yeah, Zapata's definitely going to come in and start ahead every single time if we sign him. Fingers crossed.
Where do you think we'll be planning for next, Danielle? What position do you think?
Centre back. I think we need definitely centre back. We need the midfielder. Really, we need maybe 1 or 2 really for the defence. But it depends with these injuries how long are people going to be out for. But I want Lingard in. I think he'll definitely come now. Will Carlos ever be resolved? Will this week be the week, or we're going to take it all the way through to the first?
Well, apparently Sevilla have said that they wanted him for the weekend's game. And then he's free to leave. That's basically
when is that? Is that today or tomorrow?
Today, I think, is it?
I think it's today. But
so
it's over the weekend anyway, and they've said they're happy to let him go after this game. So whether they've got somebody else lined up, I don't know. But it just seems a very strange request. But unless it's just to say goodbye to the Sevilla fans.
Are they not fighting for something though? And that's why they want him to stay and play one more game.
Possibly. I don't know.
I think they got knocked out of the cup the other night. I think they're just second in La Liga and trying to catch Real Madrid.
There we are.
Liam says Wood isn't a lone striker. He needs someone with him. Shane Wilson is injured. I mean, I've said that before. I said that obviously he was alongside Barnes at Burnley, and they seem to work really well together, Alex. And he just seems to miss having that guy up front to bounce off.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't think we've got the personnel to swap to a 4-4-2. We haven't got the midfielders. We had Joe Linton, Willock, and Shelvey to just try and plug the holes of the lack of talent. Like we couldn't play Burnley's formation. We haven't got the quality to do it at all. Longstaff and Shelvey as a 2, I'll get overrun by the other 19 for sure.
Yeah.
So trying to give Wood a partner in Wilson, I don't know how that works in an 11. I just can't see it. I don't know how you get them all on the pitch unless we sign more midfielders. And then maybe. But with the current squad, I can't see how you get both of them on the pitch.
Well, interesting there from Foxy. Zapata's not in the starting lineup for Atalanta tonight. So that could be interesting. Mark thinks Dembele is going to be the marquee signing. Toon Dave says, when the cells went off, any thoughts? Was it Trips or Shelvey? Shelvey got the captain's armband when he went off. I thought it was initially Trippier, but it wasn't. It was Shelvey. Mal, I'm starting to think last night's show was mind games because I didn't see anything that you 3 highlighted.
Whoa.
Bless him.
I mean, I said we'd win, so...
Well, you did actually, Alex. Yes, and we were very shocked at that prediction.
Mr. Positive.
Yeah, of course, we went on and did it. We didn't sit back after one. We tried to finish it, which is lovely, says Josh. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Stu says, yeah, Julie, that result was for Dave and Chris. Indeed. Atalanta are playing Lazio away. So interesting he's not in the lineup. That's what do you think of that, Danielle? Because I think that my ease of I've just pricked up like a little what's that little animal meerkat, and things are happening.
You're quick as you know.
Well, I know that. I've been told that many times.
No, I mean that's a good sign, isn't it? So for me, great. Get them in, bring them all in. Like literally, we need as much help as we can get for this fight because it's going to be tough. It's going to be so tough. And I want to see a performance like we've had today every single week. As long as we're giving it our best and we're trying and we're leaving everything on the pitch, that's all we're going to ask for. So yes, bring him in, bring Lingard in, bring Carlos in, and whoever else. Like anyone we can get, bring in.
Yeah.
Don't get ripped off.
No. Leon says, thoughts on the rumours of Lingard. I think he'd be another Willock, good on loan and bad on a permanent. I'm not sure he's bad on a permanent either. I think look, he's a bit older now. He's got his head in the game. I think he's switched on mentally, which is a good thing. And I think he'd thrive up here because if somebody like Jesse Lingard performs like he did at West Ham, the fans are going to love him. If he comes to Newcastle, he'd be a massive hero. So I think he's got that to think about as well. And I genuinely really think he'd be a brilliant signing. Wacky Angler says, Stato, what do you know about Yari Vishkaran in regards to his work rate? I have never heard of that player.
No idea, nor have I.
Well, there's some homework for you, Stato. Yari Vishkaran. Julie says, highlights from Paul include nuns in a brothel. I don't know where my phrases come from. They just appear. They're just there, guys. They're just, in the heat of the moment, nuns in a brothel. I don't know why I would think of nuns in a brothel, but I did. It obviously came out my mouth. I do. It's just one of them things. Roy, good evening. Greetings, everyone. Excuse my French, but I'm fucking buzzing. I think everybody is, matey, to be honest.
Yeah. Can't wait to watch Match of the Day tonight.
Everton. Oh, hell yes. Zapata and Lingard in before Everton. And the centre-back. I'd still like to see a centre-back in.
Same.
Definitely a penalty, says Paul. The powers that be don't want us to stay up the mags. I genuinely believe that, actually. Because I don't think anyone from VAR looking at that could think that's not a penalty, Alex. I just don't.
Well, it's Stonewall. He stands on his foot. He's trying to move the other direction and do his stuff, and he stands on his foot and takes him out. It doesn't matter how soft the ref thinks it is, or it doesn't matter if he does 10 rolls on the floor like Neymar. A foul is a foul. It should be a penalty. It's irrelevant. It's in the rule. That's not even interpretation of the rules anymore. That is black and white.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun. That is the penalty. 100%.
Yeah. It is. Toon Dave says Fraser never stops. Even when he's out on his feet, he keeps going. Reminds me massively the mentality-wise like Scott Parker. Jimmy says, hopefully today's results may convince a few good signings to come in.
Exactly.
You can tell how has changed this group of players. Bakker, Botman, Lingard and Berg.
Oh, Bakker. Forgot about him.
Yeah. Well, he's heavily linked this weekend. Mankio, excellent when he came on. Fans want Rafa in and house sacked Paul. No, they don't.
I think they do.
No.
Listen, if I was there's some fans, about maybe 3% of fans think, the great Rafa needs to come back. Let's bow down to the great Messiah that is Rafa. No, not anymore, right? I said last week, I was backing Eddie Howe still. If he makes mistakes, he gets criticised, which is what anybody does, even when players get criticised when they don't play well. Managers get criticised when they make silly decisions. I think he made a couple of silly decisions last week. Hey ho, all gone. He made the right decisions this week, and he got the tactics spot on this week. So, they were obviously prepared well, worked well in training for the Leeds game. So, no. Rafa now is, for us Newcastle fans, we could make him into a little golden Buddha and sit him on top of the stadium, whatever you want, but not as manager. James says, great win today. I just pray to God it's the start of a run now because we need it so bad. Barbara says it was like the walking wounded at the final whistle.
It was.
Yeah, but that's what it's going to be.
I loved
isn't
it. I loved it though because I left everything on the pitch. They couldn't have given anything more. And in the past, when we've gotten beaten, the heads are down and they're trudging off straight down the tunnel and all of that. They didn't do that today. They just literally all sat down and they were knackered, and you just thought that's all we want. You've given
It was
everything.
amazing, actually, watching them walking over to the fans and applauding. Some of them could have done with Zimmer frames. They were like hobbling over like they'd just come out the trenches. But that's what it is, Alex. It's the trenches, a relegation battle.
It is, yeah. I mean, a bit of a... They were lucky, to be honest, that there were a couple of forced substitutions, and that meant that Fraser and Maxey stayed on the 90 minutes, because they don't normally do that. I think they'd have come off. And I think possibly that accidentally got us the result, because I think if Murphy and Almiron would have come on, so I'm kind of happy it went as it did, and because Fraser tried his ass off, and Maxey, I mean, he misplaced a pass, but he was trying not to lose the ball. He was trying to keep it on that left side, as was Fraser.
I think we kept
a weird one.
things simple tonight, Alex. I think we kept it this after. I think
We
we
did.
kept it very simple.
Lots of clearances as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
we weren't
Very
trying
simple.
for these, Hollywood balls all the time. We were keeping it simple. The legend, Mr. Sinclair, is in the house. Hi, Paul, Danielle, and Alex. Great show as always. If we get Zapata, we'll stay up. As a Serie A fanatic, I never knew that, John. This lad has the lot. He's a beast, has speed. His older player's fantastic. First choice up top for me.
Yes, Sinclair,
yeah,
you've got some
he's
questions to answer as well,
He's right.
my friend.
Yes. The Four Horsemen show a week on, it could be Sunday night, actually. A week on Sunday could be very interesting because John is in court again, and the court shall be held by Baron von Jock McLoch Ness. So it should be a very interesting Horseman show. Stanley says the win looks better for getting new signings. Chloe says my boy is 2 and he watched all the matches with me and he was a bit overwhelmed that we actually won. Oh, bless him. Les says, Paul, your background pick, is that a shite direct sign on the Gallagher? No, it's facing the Leazes. I can't see no Sports Direct signs. Anyway, never mind. Would ASM have gotten the second penalty if he didn't cry for so long about the first one?
I mean, that's not his problem. The referee just needs to do his job.
Well,
yeah, but there are players all up and down the Premier League and all across Europe that cry and roll on the floor. The refs just got to do their job.
Fair enough. John Joe, thanks for another £4.49 super chat. Next 4 games, we can get 10 points, I believe, especially if we get a few new signings: Everton, Villa, West Ham, and Brentford. They are certainly winnable games if we do get some signings in. Postman Pat is in the house, everybody.
Get in.
Yeah.
How is your black and white cat, Mr. Pat? You've won your cup final today. Let's see what you do the rest of the season. Is that a bit of Postman Pat?
Perhaps.
It sounds it, doesn't it? Andrew says, should have confidence now to win. And why is it that Joe Willock always comes good at the back end of the season?
I'll take it.
Yes. Thanks, Peter. Shana says, Willock was excellent today. Kept the ball, great passing, and was a threat up front. Have we got the old Willock back? I hope so.
Second half.
I'm not seeing it even in the second half.
He was much better in the
half
second half.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Listen, I said he was better second half. Undoubtedly, he was. But he went on one run in the second half, which the old Willock of last season would have gone straight in and scored. But instead, he just ran straight into the defender and sort of gave up. Just lost the ball, and he just gave up. I'm just not sure. But hey, listen, if he continues to improve now, if that second half is the start of an improvement and getting the old Joe Willock back, I'm all in without a shadow of a doubt.
We might get a new Joe Willock though. Better Joe Willock, you never know.
Exactly. The world is round, but not really, says, I dance when the intro comes on.
So do I.
Well, I know I saw you dancing. You forget I can see you, Danielle, when you're dancing. Kara says, I want Eki Teki in just because I want to hear Paul and Danielle comment his name. Eki Teki. It's a great Geordie signing. Hey, man, you see Eki Teki bag a hat-trick like the other day. Oh, let's get on. Come on. You know, all that kind of crap. Brian said, I said some of them had to man up, and they did today. Indeed, you did, Brian. The owner now needs to get their hands in their pockets and give whatever they want for Diego and Botman, whatever it takes. Look, I've had me say on this, and I'll say it again. I don't think that Newcastle United should just pay whatever. I totally disagree with that because it creates the wrong precedent for the summer. When we go in for players in the summer, people will look back and say, right, we boosted the prices up in January, they paid them. It's just going to create a snowball that we don't want, Alex.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, agree as well. If we overpay 10, 15 mil for one sign-in, we're going to have to pay that for the rest because they're all going to know. We can't allow ourselves to get bullied. It's going to be really frustrating, but this is why the win was so big. We need to try and get some points without the reinforcements as well because the squad are good enough. I mean, I was looking at the table pre-match, and Villa, Brentford, Everton, Norwich, and Watford have all lost more games than we have. We're not that bad. We've just had 4 or 5 games this season that turned into draws that shouldn't have because we lost our nerve or made a mistake. We're not quite as bad as certain people have made out. There are 5 teams in the league that have lost more games than us.
I mean, the 21 points that we've lost from winning positions,
yeah,
that's annoying because, another 21 points and we are, we're bloody hell, we're up near the top 6, which is crazy.
I mean, Villa have lost more than us, and Villa are fairly high up the table and look okay, and they've lost more than we have.
Yeah, Mr. Bloody Coke, bloody Gerrard, stealing all the players, but never mind. Mr. Austin says, as an Arsenal fan, glad to hear Willock improved today. He's young, but has huge potential.
Yeah, much better today.
Daz says, where's Graham Jones gone? Well, at the end of the game, Eddie Howe and Graham Jones had a hug that lasted about 40-odd seconds. They were embraced for quite some time.
They had a moment.
Yeah, I was chuffed to see it, to be honest, because
I
think Graham Jones has taken a bit of a back seat. Obviously working hard behind the scenes, but the main two are clearly Tyndall and Eddie. So, but Graham Jones is still a part of it. And I think Eddie Howe, he also said something to Miggy after the game. I don't know what it was, but he had his arm around Miggy, and he was, I guess he was saying something like, sorry, you didn't get on, pal, but, the win's more important, and Miggy was nodding his head.
The injuries had to be sorted.
So, listen, there were... Whatever's going on behind the scenes is clearly working as per a team bonding because as the matches go on, they do look a bit more together. Kind of we win together, we lose together mentality, which hopefully is only going to grow stronger over the next few weeks, especially when we need it more. Cesare says so many passes went through Joe Linton. He wasn't just a destroyer today, but also the link-up play between him and Shelvey was superb while he was on. And that's what I mean, I never thought I'd ever be disappointed to see Joe Linton go off injured.
I know, I was gutted for him.
He genuinely is a different player, Alex.
I don't know how he's going under the radar. I think it's because of his previous performances over the years for us. His stats on a game-by-game basis are absolutely monstrous. He's putting in European level performances regularly. He's an absolute tank, and he's getting better game by game. He's getting more confidence. If he can also find some shooting boots, then yeah, mate, if we can get him to do 5 or 10 goal contributions a season and be a destroyer, wow, like it's just incredible. So hopefully he's not injured, because how long was he on the pitch for again? 42 minutes, and he got better statistics than the rest. He put in similar to Shelvey's output defensively in 42 minutes, and Shelvey did well today. It's just crazy. The man's a machine.
Yeah. Ken says Radio 5 suggests it was smash and grab, but YouTube short highlights seem to show that it wasn't smash and grab. It was end-to-end football. I actually enjoyed the game.
We were pushing for the winner, really. For the second, really.
It was really good. John Joe, thank you for another £4.49 super chat. Do you think teams are less likely to try hold us to ransom now, as our next game is after the window closes? Possibly. I mean, look, what I think is going to happen is that these teams that have been holding out and really dragging the heels with regards to transfers, it'll come down to the last few days, and even to be honest, deadline day, and these teams are going to turn around and think, wow, this is an awful lot of money we're turning down here. And I think they're going to have a lot of second thoughts. Botman for one. I think Botman is a player that, you know, a lot of Newcastle fans believe will go down to deadline day and Lille will eventually fold and think, right, we need the money. Time will tell on it, but I do think there's going to be a lot of deals done on deadline day, and we are going to be a major player in it, Danielle.
I think it's going to be the busiest deadline day we've ever had. It's going to be a long night for us, mine Paul, on deadline day.
It is. It's going to be a long stream. I hope you're ready for that, because we will be on air early. We will be covering the final few hours of the deadline day window. So that's going to be exciting on this channel, because you know, Alex will be there with his you know, he'll be like the Sky Sports stat man sitting there. We get stats on certain players that we're linked with, and Danielle will probably be drunk. You know, so there'll be a lot of things going on.
I was drunk on one stream.
Yes.
I don't get drunk a lot.
Okay.
However, it depends who was saying mind.
That's very true. Yes, you could be having a celebratory drink halfway through the show. Good evening, all. What a result that was. Cost me a £10 bet with my 12-year-old. A few new faces, and we may just scrape out a relegation.
Absolutely.
I don't think we'll scrape out. I genuinely believe if we get 3 or 4 players in before Everton, we can actually convincingly escape. And I wasn't feeling that way last week. We need to lay off ASM a bit. He's our biggest threat, and with more trusted players around him, he'll thrive, says Mark. Listen, I hope he does. I really hope he does. I want him to. Wacky said, "You beautiful bald bastard" was definitely the best thing I've heard on YouTube so far. Okay. Wood was great at knock-ons, but was very slow, so cannot run onto balls, but still did enough today. Michel Bakker says, Case Ball. Anyone see Norwich? Yeah, Norwich played well yesterday, but Watford are god-awful. The Man City fans for 50 minutes got a taste of what it's like to be a Newcastle fan. Indeed. Danielle, are you a bit drunk, says Charlie?
No, I'm not. I've only had a raspberry Pepsi Max.
Okay. Okay, I think you're all defensive.
Well, I know people think I've got a problem.
Well, a serious anger problem by the sounds of it.
That's why I'm on, yeah.
Exactly. Cesare says the forced substitutions did their part today, proper team performance. Is that what it was, do you think? Do you think like just a camaraderie amongst the team, playing for the fallen fellow soldiers, if you like?
Yeah, there was more atmosphere. They definitely, I don't know where it came from, but they were less nervous and more up for it. Every clearance or one ball, they were all cheering. They were getting back into shape. It was, I don't know where it came from. I wish we would have had that for the last 3 or 4 matches, but it's similar to when we were grinding out wins against big teams under Rafa, when they were, you know, when Shah and Lejeune and Fernandez would all be at the back with the last-ditch efforts. It was that again. I don't know where it's been, but it came from somewhere today. I don't know if it was... Shelvey was very inspiring today. Maybe he helped, but stood at the base of midfield. He was given instructions left, right, and centre, and trying to get the shape back. Yeah. And then Longstaff at the end, he was pressing like a madman from those corners and set pieces. He was fouling. He was on their heels. They wanted it. They really wanted it, and they deserved it for that. I mean, that's what we want. We want the passion in the shirt, and they deserve the 3 points. So
absolutely.
Stephen says, why does Maxi look finished after 70 minutes? Is he just unfit, or maybe COVID has affected him? Surely he can't just look. Maxi was injured. Maxi was limping after 2 minutes.
I know he was. I noticed that, and I thought, my God, he's doing it again.
Yeah. Luke Ayling tackled him after, a minute and 30, and he was limping. So you never know with Maxi, do you? I mean, you know, he's waving his hands around. And, hey, look
well, he had no choice today. He had no choice to stay on, didn't he?
Well, you know. Wendy says, when I saw the subs coming on, I was cringing, but they all done us proud. Leeds centre-backs going down easy today. Ref caved and gave soft free kicks. Gareth Southgate was also at the match.
He was.
And I bet he was wishing Joe Lint was English. He'll be going through his family history now, looking for that link. Try John Sinclair. Tom says, actually, Zapata and Zapato both mean shoe in Spanish.
Oh.
Well, listen, I want shoe. I want him on both my left foot and right foot and get in the Newcastle side. I don't care, right? Shoe, Zapata, Zapato, I don't care. Just get him in.
Get him in. Mm-hmm.
4 new signings. We are done. Lingardinho says Castle. John Joe with another £4.49 super chat. Thank you very much. If you dance like Maxi, you're going to feel like that after 70 minutes.
True.
Yes. Just beat it. Late to the party again. Sorry, everyone. Shocking win. Shocking. Mark's unbelievable feeling seeing that photo, man. Come on, lads. We can kick on from now.
We can.
David says, I called it today. I said one goal would win it, and I had a feeling Newcastle would get the goal. However, I thought it was going to be a Wood header. Indeed. But after that result, David, we may all be waking up with Sunday morning Wood. You never know. I can't believe I just said that, but never mind.
Wow.
We are staying up. We are staying up. Shelby for England, says Andrew. Wonder what Shearer has to say. Well, judging by his tweets, he's a very happy man. Can't wait for the Everton game, says Wendy. Damn right. Damn right. Tripp should be the new captain, without a doubt. 4 players seems a lot. I reckon we'll get 2 more at most. Nah. Come on, James, have a bit of faith.
We might get 2 this week, but I think deadline day will be busy. I really do.
Caitlin and Nick, £3 super chat. Thank you very much. Nick won £23. Our favourite channel can have 3. Well, thank you very much.
So kind of you.
I know. Danielle's top class. Love her passion for the Toon.
Thank you. Even though I was completely wrong with my prediction, but I love it. I love to be wrong.
Do you guys want Roberts? I'll pay you to take him. No, thank you.
No, thanks.
That was the one that came on the second half with the man.
Do a lot, did he, when he came on?
No, he didn't.
Very kind offer, but it's a no at this point.
It's a no from the 3 of us.
We'll have Rafinha if you don't want him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Rafinha sent Dummett back to Wales a few times today, by the way. But listen, you're going to get these players who are very skillful on the ball, and Rafinha is one of those players. There is no doubt about it. Rafinha is an awesome football player, and he will take players on and send them back to whatever country they're from. You know, but that's going to happen. Great win today. Exciting times ahead. David says VR is shit and Curious should have given a penalty for a foul on ASM.
Absolutely.
Willock was better after getting a bollocking from Lascelles and Trippier in the first half.
Yeah, I heard that. The commentator on my stream was saying that.
Lascelles had a go at him. Somebody else?
What?
Were you not listening to my commentary, Danielle?
I had 3 different things on at the same time.
Well,
I mean, not so bad. But yeah, no, apparently he had a go at him for being lazy. Lascelles did with Willock.
Well, good. Congratulations, guys, from a properly gutted Leeds fans. Thank you very much. I must be watching a different game, Callum FC. Lascelles was fantastic today. The guy's a liability. Was over the moon to see him injured. Trippier for captain. The guy is different class.
I thought Lascelles played better than previously.
I wouldn't say he was fantastic, but he was definitely better.
I definitely wouldn't be happy or over the moon to see him injured, mind.
Yeah.
No, that's mean.
It's a bit harsh. Newcastle disabled fans. Yes. Janos' telling thing for me regarding team unity was the reaction of the players that didn't even get on the pitch. Cracking result. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if you look at that photo again, right, you look at the likes of Jacob Murphy in the corner there with his tongue hanging out, you know, and certain players who didn't get on the pitch, even Miggy. Look at the smiles on their faces. That is a unified team.
Oh, look at little Miggy, man. Isn't he lush?
He's like a little...
he's just never unhappy, is he? Apart from towards the end with Brucey, but...
but he's like a little sort of mascot, isn't he? Just little Mickey.
He's just dead happy, man, isn't he?
I know. Breaking news, Newcastle are moving closer to their 3rd January signing and are set to discuss personal terms with Bayer Leverkusen left-back Mikhail Bakker.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, that will be a good signing. Stanley says, apparently Dele has told friends he wants to move to NUFC.
I don't want Dele Ali.
I prefer Lingard.
Well, listen, if it's a choice between Ali and Lingard, but why not get them both? Why not just beef this squad up?
I just don't fancy Dele Ali at all. I don't think he'll fit in. I think I've seen enough on that documentary on Amazon Prime. Don't need to say any more, thanks.
Well, I thought he looked all right on that documentary, actually.
I'm not talking about his playing. I'm talking about his attitude. No, thank you.
I agree with Danielle, to be fair. The fact that Eriksen's available on a free and Lingard's an option, I feel like Dele Ali fine, but I would have him 3rd behind.
I forgot about Eriksen, so can I retract all my previous comments that I said and add him in for next week as well, please?
We're going to be busy.
Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Tom says, where are Geordie Riffs based? Do they do mods and upgrades as well as repair? I believe they do.
Question.
They are based in North Shields, I believe it is. I'm sure they'll put me right if I'm wrong, but I believe it's North Shields. But obviously they do jobs for everybody. So drop them a message on the website or Facebook, Tom, and Graham or Natalie will get back to you straight away. I do know that since they've started the sponsorship, they have been getting a lot more inquiries their way, which is great, which is exactly what we want. So they are going to soon start getting orders in for my merchandise, which will be coming very soon. I'm going to start putting pictures up on the shows of certain merch. The mods are obviously getting mugs and stuff. Even Chesry out there in South Africa, and
you know what I'm
Poland,
excited
Alex.
for?
Yes.
I'm excited for my beanie hat, me. I can't wait to get my hat. I work from home. I don't leave the house, but I'll leave the house on purpose wearing that hat.
Exactly. And listen, a lot of people wear hats in the summer as well. You know,
I just wear it all the time.
Exactly. Right. What we'll do before we finish this show is we'll go through player ratings. So we'll start off with Dubravka, and Alex, you can do Dubravka.
8. It was very, very solid, commanding in his area, made 4 good saves, didn't make a mistake. He flapped at one cross, but he hit it well. Didn't put a foot wrong, really. He sat on the ball when he was supposed to sit on the ball and waste time. His distribution was much, much better. He released the ball a lot quicker compared to what he's been doing recently. There were 1 or 2 slow releases, but it was so much more improved. Yeah, deserves a good score, 8 for sure.
Okie doke. And Danielle, we'll go right back here in Trippier for you.
Oh, I love him. I would give him an 8 as well. I thought
Cool.
he played really, really well. I thought he was really fast. Again, the standards. I mean, I know I had a good game today, but in terms of quality, leadership, head and shoulders above everybody else on the pitch in that way. So, yeah.
Neil Roberts says, the words "you beautiful bald bastard" will live with me forever. So much.
I think that's a t-shirt, you know.
On the
that might be.
Yeah, it's
Susan.
Oh dear me. Yeah, Susan, there you go. Another one to make. Oh my goodness me. Brian says Jesse needs a home. Is it Newcastle United? I'd take a chance and buy him outright, but whatever. Well done, lads. Good to see Danielle happy after the win. Happy days. Keep the momentum going, lads.
I think, sorry, on the Lingard thing, I think it has to be a permanent move for us. I think it would be silly to fork out 12, 14 million for a loan for 4 months.
Yeah, I do as well.
It's just silly money for a loan.
It is.
But we could put a release clause, if you want a release clause or a relegation clause in. So if we paid a similar offer, if we made like 15 million, say, for Lingard, and then put like a 7 million relegation clause in, at least we'll close some of the money back. Whereas if we had him on loan, we'd not. So I think do that, but we'll have to get Trippier to keep on at him.
Indeed. Cesare says, Paul, do you have any more sexy ad-lib salmon poetry for us? Not at the minute. Cesare, I don't even think of these things. It just leaves my mouth, and I don't know why. You know, nuns in a brothel. I don't know where the hell that came from. I don't know why I would even come out with something like that, but it happens. You beautiful bald bastard. I don't know why. It's just in the moment. Raw passion, I guess. Right, I'll go for Dummett at left back, and I will give him a solid 7. I think he did okay today. Yes, he was beaten a few times by Rafinha, but who isn't, to be honest? So a 7 for him. Alex, Jamal Lascelles.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to give him a 6, purely because he didn't play the whole game. That's not his fault. But I really didn't like his stepping out to press in the first 15 minutes because their early chances came from that. He left a big hole. I don't know. To be fair, it could have been Hal. That maybe that was the instruction, but I've never seen him do it. It was bizarre. He just stepped in. I don't know if you saw it. He was almost center circle for 2 tackles. I'm like, well, what are you doing up there? Like, where there's a big hole there. I didn't like that. But he was very, very solid for the rest of the game. Didn't make any mistakes. He won all of his aerial duels, which I'm sure he's thrilled about. I mean, even so, 50% pass accuracy, not a single accurate long ball. It's improved, but it's still not quite what we need. So he did a lot better. I'll give him a 6.
Fair enough. Brooks says, Paul, please give us a rerun of your jellyfish slapped arse rant during the game. It was. Did I say that as well? My God. I said something about a jellyfish sting my ass with a wet slap jellyfish or something like that. I don't know
what player was that in reference to? Was it you?
Probably when I think it was when we missed a chance. I think I came out with it. I was just, guys, I don't know. Anyway, Danielle, Fabian Scher.
I'd give him an 8. I thought he was really, really good today. I was really impressed by him. I was a bit concerned when he got the studs to the face, and I thought, oh no. But I thought he was great for the whole game. I really liked him. I would like to I'd like him to change his mind if the rumours are true that he's not happy, he wants to go. Because I think he was integral.
Well, he certainly
today.
didn't look like a player who wanted to go today. There's
Correct.
no doubt he.
So hopefully that's kind of turning around. Maybe because the team's getting more united and more together, maybe that's changing his mind. But for me, I thought he was great today.
Yeah, cool. Apparently, Nicolas Sula is due in Newcastle tonight. What a signing that would be, by the way. Right, I'll go for John Joe Shelvey, and I'm giving John Joe a 9. I thought he was brilliant today. I would have actually given Shara a 9 as well, but that doesn't matter. So 9 for John Joe for me. Back to you, Alex. Jolinton.
Oh, I love him.
You're just rating him, obviously.
Give him up half, but
yeah, but we have to.
I'll give him an 8 as well. To be fair, I mean his stats were insane for one half. He got a key pass, 2 block shots, 1 shot on target. He contributed with some clearances defensively, 3 tackles, 1 interception. He was vocal. Leeds could not get the ball off him. The Leeds were terrible at winning aerial duels today. I can see why they really struggle with that. Difficult to give him a fair score because of how long he was on the pitch, but he was amazing while he was on. Definitely an 8. We looked a little bit. That's why the first 15 minutes of the second half went a bit funny because we didn't know what to do without Joe Linton, and it showed. So he gets an 8 because he's so important.
Coolly ho. Danielle, Mr. Joseph Willock.
I would give him I don't want to be mean, so I'm going to
be mean.
I'd say 6.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm being generous with a 6. I felt like first half it was just the same old Joe Willock. But second half I've seen a definite improvement in his runs. So yeah, I think hopefully, like we said earlier, this is going to be the start of getting Joe back, or the new improved Joe Willock.
Yeah.
Because we need him. We need him like at full strength. So yeah, I feel a bit unfair. I feel a bit like a bit harsh on him, but I think it is a 6 for me.
Coolio. I'll go for Alas Maxima, and I'll give him a 7. I thought he did. What are you doing that face for, Alex?
No reason.
No, come on.
I kind of want to know, though.
I just feel like it's a bit harsh. I mean, he
really?
got 5 successful dribbles and 4 key passes in a game are outrageous stats. I know he was stroppy for 10 minutes and selfish, but yeah, we would not have been as creative without him on the pitch. And he even improved his passing and his defensive contributions. I feel like to give other people 8s and him less is harsh, but it's fair. It's your opinion.
All right, I'll give him a bloody 8. If you know, when you've read the stats out, fair enough. I haven't got them written in front of me because I'm not called Stato. You are. So you know more than me, and I'll give him an 8. Right. Okay. Let's move on to Ryan Fraser, Alex.
I mean, maybe a little bit of a controversial one here. I didn't think he had the best game. His passion and his work rate were 10s, 100%. But they kept pinging the ball high to him on the right, and he couldn't win the ball because he's quite small. It's not his fault, but just what he wasn't winning it. Statistically, 1 accurate cross, 0 completed dribbles. He wasn't quite at the races today in terms of being creative. I was hoping there'd be a lot more from him on that side. I'll give him a 7, but he gets the 7 just because of his pure work rate, and he tried for the full 90 minutes. He should have been subbed off at 70, and he played 70 minutes absolutely knackered. He played 20 minutes knackered and still tried and did a good job defensively. So for his work rate and his attitude, and it just clean, he didn't make any mistakes. He very, very, very clean play, made the right decisions, calm head. He deserves a good score for that. So for the 7.
Cool. Can I just say as well, a big up to all the Leeds fans that are in the chat as well. Watching the video tonight. Not one of them has been any kind of
Salty.
abusive or salty or anything like that. They've all said, similar to what Martin said there. I'm a Leeds fan. You weren't lucky. You had a game plan and it worked. Look, I think it was a good game. It was a good game to watch. It was end to end at times, which was brilliant to watch. I do think had Leeds had a proper striker playing, they may have scored goals. And I do believe have we had a proper out-and-out striker that we would have scored goals as well. So, it was one of them games, but big up to the Leeds fans, for being so kind with the comments about the game, and good luck to Leeds for the rest of the season. I'm sure
Absolutely.
they'll pull away just like we will from the wrong end of the table. Brian says, poor mate, I'd be awake for a week if that lot of wheel trim collectors get relegated. Talking about Everton. As soon as I mentioned wheel trim collectors, it's pretty obvious who he's talking about there. Right. Danielle, you have the honour of Chris Wood. I didn't want to say you have the honour of Wood because that would have sounded completely inappropriate.
Yes. I'm going to say 5.
Oh, wow.
For Chris Wood.
Right.
Honestly, again, I feel harsh because it is only game number 2 for him, but I saw nothing really from him. And again, comes back to the point we made about we bought him to weaken Burnley, and it's a panic buy really because we had nobody else to stand in. However, saying that, I do hope that he goes on this season and proves me wrong, like the team have done today, and that he gets some goals for us. I don't want him to be a 5. I just think he's just had a poor game, and it happens. Just happens.
It does. But that's fair enough. Paul says, good evening, all from the middle of the sea off West Africa. Bloody Nora.
Mint.
Talk about going worldwide. Asif's in the house. Why do I think every time I see Asif's name kick up, right, I want to go back to the 90s era and start going, Asif! Like they did with acid and all that. Danielle, you'll remember those days, the little acid badges and stuff.
No.
Don't lie to me. You from
Don't
where
know what
you're
talking
from.
about.
You do damn well know. Once the ref had booked ASM for kicking off, he wasn't giving him anything, but that was a clear foul when his
You
shirt
just make
was
us
full.
laugh. Sorry, you do. You just make us laugh.
Listen, it was a common thing. You must remember the acid badges. The smiley faces, just the yellow badge with a smiley face on it. And everyone used to go, acid! Danielle, don't lie to me.
I knew did that.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I'm not having that bullshit on this show, I tell you.
Why do you keep going on Yorkshire?
I don't know. Brian Johnson will know what I'm talking about. The rocker that is Brian Johnson. He'll know what I'm talking about. Alan says, great show, Paul. My dad is 81 and he loves your show. Thanks very much, Alan. We are a show for all ages on this program. Apart from when I lose the plot. And it gets a little blue in the air. Right, we'll tackle the subs, one each. Alex, you can take Longstaff.
Yeah, so I got, what was it? What was the quote today from you? It was 12. What did you say? 12 flagstones he was dragging today, apparently.
I do believe I came out. Yes, I do believe I made that comment about having 12 flagstones stuck down his underpants. Again, no idea why.
I wrote that down. I don't know why, but I did. It was funny. My match notes look a little weird.
What a thing to write down.
Yeah, my Longstaff match notes look ridiculous. He was okay. He had that drag back shot that he put wide. He was in a great position for the shot. He doesn't have to score, but get them on target. We put so many balls wide. We need to test the keeper more. His pressing from defensive positions, he did a lot better. Good with the clearances. Tried not to make any silly mistakes. Was a lot calmer. I'm not impressed that, what is he, 24 now? 23, 24? I'm not impressed that somebody of his age and experience has to look at Daddy Shelvey to see where to pass the ball. I'm not impressed by that. He needs to learn. You got to learn. You're a professional footballer. You can't look at Shelvey for instructions all the time. But work rate, incredible. He didn't give up. He tried so hard. Again, his defensive stats are good. 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 clearance. Did a cracking job at the end. Worked his ass off. Played 48 minutes, to be fair. So maybe this is the key. Maybe to get a good game out of Willock and Longstaff, we just need to play 45-minute matches. Maybe that's what they can manage at a better level.
Yeah.
But I'd say he deserves a 7. He came on and did well. He grafted. He was a good lad. We need more of that from him, definitely.
Fair enough. Danielle, Kieran Clark.
A tricky one, because when the substitution happened and I seen him, I thought, oh no. And then when I went on social media, everyone was saying the same thing. So, however, he surprised us, actually. He was better than I thought he was going to be. So I'm going to give him a 6.
Fair enough. I don't think.
I think we've given people
fair.
7, 8, and 9s that are played way better than him. So I think 6 is fair.
Daniel Brown says, "Sting my ass with a wet jellyfish." Best commentary from the watch along today, Paul.
Susan.
I think.
You know what you could go? You could do coasters with them on.
Oh, Jesus.
That would be class.
You're
I'll
giving
have
Susan
load
too
of
many
them.
ideas. Yeah, listen. I think I also said shave me face with a rusty razor or something, and then I'm sure I came out with he's been hit like a rented mule. I don't even know if a rented mule gets hit by anything, but I would assume that's animal abuse, really. The final rating of players goes to me, and it goes to Javi Manquillo, and it's a straightforward 8. I thought he was fantastic when he came on and did really well. Andy says, "Love the live commentary, Paul. Thank you very much. I will be doing it, for as long as whatever games I don't go to, I will be doing watch-alongs, which will probably be the away games because I'm at all the home ones." John Joe, thanks for another super chat. Ramsey, Lingard, Zapata, Carlos, and Gosens. That would be quite a window.
I don't think we'll get Ramsey.
Yeah. Ramsey's going. I think Ramsey will end up at Crystal Palace.
I agree. I think he will.
But that's just the way it goes. Right. We all need to come to an agreement on this. Eddie Howe. Alex, start with you.
What is he the man?
Well, I'm just asking
for a rating for today.
He's looking for a number.
How he picked.
I hope he's a man.
I mean, is he our man? That's what I meant.
I don't know how Susan puts up with you, Paul. Like, I've got to say.
What?
I don't know how Susan puts up with you, honestly.
Why?
You're just a bit nuts, aren't you?
Look, I like to try and make people laugh. Is that a problem for you, Danielle? Is it really a problem for you? Do I make you laugh?
Yes.
Well, shut up then. Alex, you may continue.
I think he got it fairly spot on today. It's kind of difficult to call him out on tactics because, yes, Rafinha against Dummett was a mismatch, but he played Dummett because he played so well in the previous game. So I don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, he's starting Lascelles because he's the captain. It's a tough one. I would have preferred to see some changes, but we got the win because of it. So fair enough. Yeah. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think it was the right formation and I think it was the right team for who we've got available at the moment. He did what we said. He took Longstaff out the starting 11 because of the poor performances. He tried to change it. He gave Willock another chance. We thought maybe he'd go with Hendrick, and he didn't. He's gone with Willock. I think he did all right. I am a little bit suspicious of the subs. I still think if we weren't forced to make those substitutions, he'd have done the default Murphy and Miggy on, and it might have been a different story. So I think it might have been a blessing in disguise, those 4 substitutions, because Miggy and Murphy came on the other day and it didn't work. So I don't know. I think he did okay. He did the right thing today. I didn't question much of it. I personally, I would have taken Willock off at half time. Luckily, I'm not the manager because he had a better second half. So fair enough.
So what rating would you give him?
I'll give him a 7.
Okay. Keith says, Paul, yes, I did say that as well. I remember that. Listen, I told you it was alternative commentary. You don't get Martin Tyler saying "hit me in the face with a wet trout." I know for a fact you don't. He's never said that in his life. So there you go. Danielle, what would you give Eddie Howe?
I'd give him an 8. You know, I would. I think it's kind of some of the decisions were taken out of his hands today because of the injuries. But I probably would have given him less during the game in 8 after, not because of the result, but because of the way that the substitutes that he made played. So, Kieran Clark as an example, I was really worried about that. When I seen him, I thought, oh no, here we go. But I think he played well, so I think he deserved an 8 today. I'm Team Howe all the way.
Fair enough. See, look at this. People are commenting on Acid. You see, I knew you were a right raver. It was before Danielle's time, Paul. Remember, she's only 20. Oh, look at you, sucking up to Danielle. So Cesare obviously remembers. And, you know, Cesare used to have the big hoops in his ear as well back in the day. That must be Caitlin. Paul's on about the 1890s and not the 1990s. Les says, has Danielle never done Resurrection?
What's that?
Oh, flaming hell! I'm not even getting into it.
Hey, look, I wasn't into all that kind of, like, you know, the rave scene and all that.
Clearly, well, neither was I, but I just remember, you know,
I was like, "Oh, take that, me," and all that.
There you go. Look at Daniel. Acid. See, a lot of smiley faces in the chat as well. Harry Kane's telling me to stop talking shit. No, Harry, you go and just bugger off. Natalie says, evening all, fantastic result today. Just what the lads need, a boost of confidence. A couple more signings in this window and we will be fine up the mags. Brian says, Paul, I make the ladies laugh too, not internally though. What? Brian's trying to be funny, but I don't think he is. You need to make it funnier, Brian. I know you're not taking the piss because you're a regular on this channel, so it's a joke of some sort, but I'm not sure. Great show, Paul, Danielle, and Toon Stato. Sorry, can't find the right emoji. It's on there somewhere. It's still alive. That emoji, the acid emoji, is still alive. I've seen it. Oh, God. And you also said something about candle waxing and ass crack in regards to Longstaff as well.
Sounds like an Eminem lyric.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Hey, God.
Yeah, I think I did say something like that, but you know, just the way it goes. You know, I'm sorry. I'm going to give Eddie Howe an 8 as well, Alex. So you've been overruled. So so Eddie Howe gets an 8 from us as well.
I mean, I did forget something, so I might agree with you. He could have brought on Lewis, and he didn't. He brought Manquillo on, who did well. So that was in his control, and it was the right call. So maybe an 8's fair.
Yeah.
Over 800 watching and only 38 likes. What is going on, people? What is going on? Let's just all, before this show ends, hit the like button for us, guys, would you? We've put long shifts in today, so please do hit that like button. We have come to the end of the show, unfortunately, but it has been a very good show, celebrating a victory for once, which is really nice. So if you have enjoyed the show, guys, please hit the like button. It does help the channel grow. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, do consider subscribing and becoming a member as well. You can hit that join button, which is right next to the subscribe button as well. Thank you to everybody that sent in super chats and donated to the channel tonight. You are all legends. And a big shout out finally to the channel sponsors, Geordie Riffs, professional guitar repairs and servicing. 10% off your first repair or setup and your first lesson completely free. Or if you want to know anything else, please go down and check their website out. The link is below in the description. You can also catch them on Facebook and Twitter as well, and they will respond to you pretty quickly as well. So thank you again for sponsoring the Toon Review. Guys, thank you very much. tomorrow, I don't think there's any shows due, to be honest. But then again, we may get some transfer news. I may do a daily news thing if any news comes out in Newcastle. Monday night is the what is Monday night? It's the Rumour Mill. Yeah, so it's a transfer show on Monday night at 8 o'clock on this channel. Tuesday night will be the fan forum, so you two will be back for that. And what else have we got coming up? Well, we've got an international break, but we may well
build up a deadline day, though, isn't it? Like,
yes, it is. So we'll still have plenty of shows going on, and we may eventually do this Newcastle United quiz, just to keep the entertainment rolling like a snowball down a mountain.
If that's the case, Alex and Julia are my team.
No, I didn't say there was teams, Danielle. There's
well,
no
I'm not
teams.
playing them because they'll win.
Well, no, you come on one at a time and you answer questions on Newcastle.
Oh.
Depends what he asks.
Exactly.
If he asks who scored the winning goal in the 1971 quarterfinal of this time, I'm not going to get that, but depends on the questions.
Well, you'll have to get squatting. I mean, what did they used to say? Not squatting. Swatting, that's it. But
squatting.
Jesus Christ. It's been a long day for me today. It really has. Anyway, that is the end of the show. If you want some more after-match thoughts, World of Sport TV right now with Baz, Billy and Jade's on there. I'll be popping on there for a bit as well. So hop over to World of Sport if you want some more reaction to the match. And we will see you very, very soon. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. It's been a great day for the Toon. Good night, people.
Bye.